Happy Payday Friday. Let's just get right into budgeting today's paycheck. Whew. It's going to be a tight one. Earlier, I had shared that, if you remember my last paycheck, I could see my stipend as a pending transaction, but I couldn't see the actual paycheck. Now this week, I can see my paycheck, but there's no extra stipend, and I've been checking it all week, and guess what? It ain't there. Not happening this week. I wasn't quite sure if some of my stuff would show up today, so apparently it will be in the next paycheck. You might notice it's a little bit different. I am on my monthly tracker where I've already set out my budget for the month. So now I'm just confirming I received $1,582.12. I also had paid myself $150 from reselling, and there is no stipend. I actually have nothing rolling over from last month, so I'll just go ahead and put a 0 in for that, which means today's income, $1,732.12. Of course, we have $400 going toward the mortgage and the bills. That has yet to clear. No union dues. I have 2 more months with no union dues. Life insurance and car insurance will come out of this paycheck, so that is a total of $497. Over here for debt, I did budget $750 towards my private student loan and $225 towards my credit card. So I am going to make the credit card payment of $225. Actually, I don't think it is $225. Nope, it's $233.37. So we definitely want to get that taken care of. So let me go ahead and make that payment. All right, there we go. I made the payment, $233.37 put on the credit card, and I added that to the tracker. It's italicized, which lets me know it is a pending transaction. Once it clears, I'll go ahead and make it bold. If I look up here at my review, I have $1.75 left over. We are definitely going to need to adjust that. Looking down here at my variable expenses for the month, you can see what I have budgeted, $617 in all. I did kind of put this into categories, and it is kind of flexible for me. If I need to borrow from Peter to pay Paul, that is what I'll do. What's different, I'm not sure if I shared this yet. Whoops. I have on my monthly tracker, I just set up these columns to track my variable expenses a little bit more closely. This golden color is for cash spending that comes directly out of my checking account. That I do need to account for under variable expenses. So I'm also setting up kind of new categories, so they're not completely finished yet. I'll worry about that later, but for right now, I just want to see where exactly do I spend my money. I'm trying to really pinpoint what I'm spending my money on so that things that reoccur either monthly or yearly, I can set up sinking funds for things like back to school shopping. I want to have a really good idea of what I buy to go back to school, things like that. So I bought some socks and some leggings. I have a few pair of leggings I like to wear under my dresses. They have holes in them, so I bought a new pair to replace that. Some makeup, toiletries, the drawer organizer for $10.43. That was definitely a splurge. I don't really need that, but it is going to help with organizing the bathroom. And then of course the Diet Coke. The variable expenses in the red. Now these are things that I'm purchasing, but using my credit card to pay for. I'm trying not to use the credit card except for when I'm like going out of town. I don't really want to be using my debit card in case it gets hacked or something. So I'm going to be using that minimally. And then something brand new in this pinkish, purplish color. I have an incomplete list of things that my husband has paid for. So I'm just, like I said, I'm trying to really hone in on where I'm spending my money so that I can set up sinking funds and just have a better grip of where the money is going. What can I cut back on? And I thought I would take a look at things that I kind of, maybe my husband has paid for, but it's like shared kind of stuff. Now, if he buys a new computer part, I'm not really too concerned. That's his own thing. But some things like this is, groceries. And today I think it was $42.13. That was gas, for my car. My husband does make more money than me. So, oftentimes he'll pay for gas and groceries. Sometimes he pays for more stuff. Anyway, just kind of want to keep track of some of that spending, because as I pay off more of my debt, I think, when I'm done paying off my private student loan, I will be building up retirement, savings, long-term emergency plan, future car, vacation fund, and the like. But also, he and I talked, we will probably start to tackle our mortgage. So this is kind of just leading up, like preliminary, if you will, and curiosity, like, how much money do we really spend on groceries? I really have no idea. I watch a lot of Caleb Hammer videos, and he tends to give people about like $300 a month for grocery, and then $100 for household. Sometimes he gives it a little bit more depending on what the person's needs are and if there's other people in the family. So I honestly don't know what we spend on groceries in a month. So this is going to help with all that. And that was the long version of my thoughts. Let's go back over here. Checking out savings. I did not budget anything for savings. However, I was going to send $100 to my savings, $50 to the emergency fund, and then do my 100 envelope challenge once again. I think what I'm going to do right now, because I'm not sure what back to school is going to look like, and I did pay a little bit more on my credit card than I was anticipating. I don't want to lower how much I'm putting on my private student loan. So I'm going to lower what I'm putting towards savings, just the $100 for the 100 envelope challenge. And I mean, that Discover savings, the interest on my private student loan is greater than any of these savings account, the high yield savings account interest. So that really needs to remain my focus if I am going to stay on track to pay off my private student loan by the end of 2024. Let me go back up here. We're going to leave the private student loan payment at $750. Whew, I'm going to make that payment now too. And then, let's make that payment. Okay, so here is my payment confirmation. My next payment wasn't due until September 9th because I just made a $500 payment back at the beginning of the month. So I made a $750 payment for today, but it will probably take a couple of days for that to come out. And now I will italicize this so I know that that is pending. No federal student loan, no Perkins student loan. I actually have the paperwork to update all of that hanging on my bulletin board. So that is ready to roll as soon as we hit September. And then that Perkins loan should be gone. And the federal loan will give me 12 more credits towards public service loan forgiveness. All right, let's take a look where I'm at up here in the review. Okay, so budgeted $3,464 for the month. Today's pay is all my income for today is $1,732.12. Expenses, I have budgeted $897 for the month. I've paid $497. I have $1,500 going towards debt, and I have $983.37 going towards that today. I did pay a little bit extra. And I actually don't have a credit card payment budgeted because it was zero, which, the reason I didn't budget anything is I had already paid it off and I knew I would be using some of my variable expense money for that payment. So I did not overspend there. Simply wanted to use my credit card while it would keep all my transactions organized for the baby queue and while I was going out of state. The worst thing is if your money is hacked and you lose access to it. It happened to us one time years ago. So anyway, that's another story for another time. I budgeted $617 for the whole entire month of August. Currently, it says that I haven't spent anything, but what was I at over here? $51.22. I just don't have my categories set up for that to draw in. And then of $100 going towards savings, which from this paycheck leaves me at $151.75. Not too shabby. If I don't use that $151.75, then with my next paycheck on the 25th, I will just tack that on to my student loan payment. So at this point, it would be $750 plus the $151, so $900. All right. We'll see what happens when the time comes. I'm giving away $250 when I hit 2,500 subscribers. So if you're not subscribed, get subscribed down below, especially if you love budgeting and debt payoff and personal finance content. That's what we do here. I also am working on a video with my health update and what else? I'm working on the Caleb Hammer update because I got some beef with that boy. And what else? School is starting in a couple weeks, so we'll see. I might have to go down to 2 videos a week instead of 3 videos a week. We'll see how things work out. Yeah, that's it. I will talk to you guys soon. Have a great payday if it's your payday, and don't forget to stay on budget. See you guys soon. Bye.